Welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have questions or comments, we have multiple ways we can be reached. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those that need instant gratification, and the show's Twitter feed is at SkimPod, SKIMPOD.
Stays Crunchy.
For the more patient amongst you, the email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Crunchy again being spelled with a K.
Crunchy.
Hey, feel free to give us a call at 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311.
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
We're available by Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, anywhere fine podcasts are available. And of course, it's the website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share wherever possible, including on YouTube, where we can now be found at Stays Crunchy. And over on Twitch, we're still Stays Crunchy and Milk. Our personal Twitters are
Tatum216,
Lunchbox2099,
The Real ODP.
and I'm your host, the Internet's Tayrell713.
Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy.
You know what? I'm not bothering YouTube tonight. I just don't feel like fucking with it, and I'm tired. They'll get it. Get it next week. I'm not trying. They're not getting my all tonight. But
I give my all to have just one more night with you.
the my all is that it's the remix, right? And
which one are you talking about? The
but I give my all. Yeah, I forgot who which remix is with. I don't think I like the Lord Tariq Peter Guns remix, but I think that might be the remix. So
I think what you're thinking about is The Best of Me by Mariah.
no. We had talked about that CD single because it's got that rooftop track with Mobb Deep, and it's got the breakdown with Bone.
Yeah,
Like it's just like it's a super dope Maxi single.
yeah. I remember I had the breakdown with a couple different remixes on there. Breakdown is I bet if they would have did that on the verses, just having Mariah Carey there with a blue people to fuck back.
Yeah. Ooh. I ended up buying that on vinyl. I actually bought that. I got a pretty decent copy of that. Like it came still in the plastic. It had some shelfware, like some ringware, but I got a real good copy of that from Discogs some time back, man. So probably sometime during this damn pandemic, because I bought a lot of records during the pandemic. Oh my goodness. Instead of breaking me on down. That's not going to be your lyrics of the week. I guess I should probably drop you some lyrics. I'll put that knife in you. Take a little bit of life from you. Am I frightening you? Shall I continue? I put that gun to you. I let it sing you a song. I let it hum to you. The other one sing along. Now it's a duet, and you wet when you check out the technique from the two texts. And I don't need two lips to blow like a trumpet, you dumb shit. This is an unusual musical I conducted. You're looking at the Black Warren Buffett, so all critics conduct sick. I don't care if you see Dolores Tuckett or you Bill O'Reilly, you only rally me up. For 3 years, they had me peeing out a cup. Now they about to free me up. What you think I'm going to be? What? Rehabilitated, man? I still feel hatred. I'm young, black, and rich, so they want to strip me naked, but you never had me like Christina Aguilera, but catch me down the west side driving like Halle Berry or the FDR in the seat of my car, screaming out the sunroof, death to y'all, you can't kill me. I live forever through these bars. I put the wolves on you. I put a price on your head. The whole hood wants you. You're starting to look like bread. I send them boys at you. I ain't talking about feds. Nigga, them body snatchers. Nigga, you heard what I said. I make them wait for you till 5 a.m. Put your smarts on the side of your garment. Nigga, stop fucking with me. Oh my God, this song is so good.
Yeah, I'm threatening you. Yeah, I'm threatening you.
This sincere. This some sincere shit right here.
Some sincere shit.
Oh my God. Hello, welcome to it. It's Stays Crunchy and Milk. This is episode 451, and there'll be no book burning around here. It's the show for the week of June 27, 2022, and I'm joined by my best friends. It's Tatum216.
Hello.
It's Lunchbox 2099.
Hey. I'm here.
It's the RV in Puerto Rican. It's the homeboy game.
I have finally a show reference number. I had something.
I had something.
Finally a episode number reference that I got.
Oh. So,
Hey,
I was on TikTok not so long ago. And I know everybody in the room probably can't answer this question. But who do you think made the best beats for Jay? Timberland or the Neptunes? I'm going to go out on a limb. Now, Timberland might have made the most, one of Jay-Z's most famous hits. But I think the Neptunes have made better songs for Jay-Z. Because Timberland made Big Pimpin' for him, which was like out of the stratosphere hit for him. Like,
yeah.
you know, made UGK a household name. They stopped being underground at that point. But
They were just
the
kings.
allure of breaking the law is something. I mean, allure. Yeah, it's fronting. It's just so many good Neptunes and Jay-Z collab.
Yeah, I mean, it just comes down to it. The Neptunes in general just are huge. Not that Timberland is not huge, but Timberland. If I feel like Timberland is Timberland and Justin Timberlake, and it's Timberland and Aaliyah, it's Timberland and Missy. But I don't know other people Timberland's worked with. I'm sure he has. I'm just unaware of who else he's worked with. But the Neptunes been with everybody. Rock to rap to pop to whatever, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't doubt if somewhere in there Chad done got down and put somebody's country music on some shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's
maybe.
they have to be respected and whatever. That particular song, I'm sorry if you didn't know, was called Threats off the Jay-Z's his retirement album, the Black Album. I always think of that album and Gabriel go hand in hand because that is when that album came out right around the time Gabriel started working at the place I worked at and around the time my son was born. And so that album has a special place in my heart. That song is Threat. It was produced by Ninth Wonder. Ninth Wonder. And is the song that made Ninth Wonder a household name. What?
You are roboting so bad.
Oh,
I don't know.
well, we'll see how it records, and hopefully it sounds better than.
It just sounds like bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. I was like, wow, you have never roboted that bad before. That was a first.
We'll see
Sounds
how
all right
that
to me,
goes
though.
on the.
Yeah, you sounded fine to me.
Oh well, maybe it's just my connection then because you have roboted a few times.
We shall see. And if anything, we have separate tracks. So if I have to go through and edit old school and just take each individual track, then I will. And so,
Say with that bing bong, let me take you out to dinner.
yo, every time I come across one of them motherfuckers, man, they make me laugh so hard, bruh. They had one recently with Cardi B, and that shit was just a delight. So I can't call it, man. I love those dudes, man. They do good work. But
I don't know much about that guy, but I know he tried to be a rapper or something before.
oh, see, you talking about the one dude? I'm talking like it's a collective that they got him and brought him in on their videos and shit. They always do videos. He just happened to be in a set of them. You know what I'm saying? Doing them Coney Island videos, which is where we got Joe Byron from. Joe Byron!
buy me dinner.
Buy me dinner. Dude, I love that dude's accent. Worthy. So, maybe you don't know, and now you will have this information, listeners. We record this show on Thursday nights in most situations. Last Thursday night, and Box were out at a show. Gabe and I tried to record, but the internet just was not trying to be our friend. So we ended up moving the record to Sunday of this week. So we've already done a show this week, meaning I'm kind of gassed. We do this shit once a week because it's a reason for that. Because it's like I just ain't got the I kind of don't have it to give otherwise. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna be pushing rope at the end of them.
Speak for yourself.
But you know what I'm saying? That means I promise you, I could not find any news that was worth me talking about. It's all sad news, you know what I'm saying, right now. So and nothing at all of interest to me. Uh, the uh, the Guardians have been doing real well, and that has me on point. But they lost today 1-0. But after having come back 2 games in a row and winning them, I can take a 1-0 L on this the last game of this road trip. So I'm kind of okay with that. Cavs is drafting. We got 4 picks tonight, or I guess does the NBA draft all happen in one night, or they do days like the NFL box?
It's one night because only 60 people get picked.
Okay, so they can knock everything out tonight, and we got 4 picks total because we picked up somebody's Sacramento's pick.
3 of them are second rounders. Like one of them's like 4 picks from the last pick of the draft or some shit. The other one's like 11 picks from the end. So like they're not like premium picks. Like second rounders are all crapshoots.
Yeah,
I mean, most picks after like the first like 4 or 5 picks in an NBA draft are crapshoots. Like
really,
because like a lot of people have similar. Like once you get like past like a certain projection, a lot of the people have similar skill sets. So sometimes it's all about who gets drafted where and develops more.
Interesting. I like it. What do you think about our
how much variance can there be with like 7 people who are all 6'8" and shoot 34% from 3? Like
a fair point, man. I can never know what
it's not the NFL
like I said,
where you get that Tom.
Yeah, like I said, NFL you can
or something like that.
Yeah, the Tom Brady basketball is actually a great show. Right now that stands.
People get found in the second round that are contribute or become good players. Like it's not unheard of, but there's 30 players drafted in the second round every year, and how many of them become anything like of relevance? Like some will carve out an NBA career of like maybe a couple years as a bench player or something. Some might become rotational players or stars. Like it's like I said, it's like just taking best educated guess and hoping for the best.
Yeah. You hope our front office has done what they need to do to get as much as they can for the organization. So, but we have the youngest squad in all of baseball. We have one of the youngest teams in all of basketball, and I don't know, something about this town right now, man. We got a vibe going.
Our football team too.
Really, I got to tell you, man. I try to keep my mind off the Browns because they hurt my heart a lot. So it's better me not thinking about them until I have to think about them. As soon as football starts, I will do what I do every Sunday. When I hear my neighbor across the street screaming, I'll quickly turn the game on, see what happened, if it was good or bad, and then go away and leave them be and let them handle their business. It's not that I don't root for the Browns. I have to root quietly for the Browns. They just cause too much pain. It's been a good 25 years of losing. And so 25, that math doesn't seem to work.
Probably more like
1999. Let's
23 years.
Yeah, so
I mean 23 if you start off at the current iteration.
Yeah.
If you go back to prior, they had like one winning season and then like a 5-year stretch there. They haven't really been good since like 89.
Yeah. So, 30 some odd years.
I mean, like, until they announced the move, they had a. Okay, I was gonna say like until they had a playoff bound team until like they decided to leave, and then the team just gave up because like why the fuck am I gonna play hard if we're just gonna be in another city in a couple months?
Yeah, I wasn't watching football back then because I was only like 8 or 9 years old when that shit happened. But from everything I've gleaned from the past, from like what I've heard and read, it seems like they had a solid team under Belichick. But yeah, like you said, like the financial problems and Art Modell pulling the team out, they just kind of quit. Plus, like fucking Baltimore went and won a Super Bowl like a couple years later with all our players and our draft picks. Like the fucking draft picks where they got Ray Lewis and all them, like those were our fucking picks.
Interesting.
It was our Super Bowl. They stole the championship from us.
Browns have a Super Bowl in an alternate timeline.
Yeah. And somewhere in the multiverse of madness, available on Disney Plus right now. Yeah, we are the world-renowned, world champions, at least in that year, Cleveland
That would have
Browns.
been
But
like 2002, something
yeah,
like that.
yeah. Oh,
I'd look it up, but I'm afraid Iris is gonna drop me again.
Bless me.
again,
Speaking
a
of being
vibe.
dropped, I had a question for you guys because I know
Mm-hmm.
your especially your family are Diet Coke drinkers, right? T.
Correct.
Did you guys try the balsamic vinegar challenge?
No, I refuse to even think that was going to be good, and I thought that I'm going to be real honest with you. I thought that was some white people shit,
Oh,
and lots of people I fuck with, like on the internet and so forth, also said that's some white people shit, including some white people. So
I don't know what Anthony's talking about, but I'm offended for white people.
sure thing.
It's
White people came up with this idea to take some ice, any your choice of sparkling water. They swear any choice anyone will do. They swear anyone will do. A little splash of balsamic vinegar. Then you pour your bubbly water over that and stir it up. And they swear it tastes like Diet Coke. Only person who ever said it tastes like Diet Coke was the person who put that video out there. And everybody else has said, no, it don't.
how can it? How seriously? How can it?
It can't. It simply can't. It's. I think
peed in a
at
cup.
best you'll.
I peed
It
in a
don't
cup
make it
and I poured
Mountain
some
Dew.
seltzer water over it. It's about you and me. We're thinking the same thing.
I thought the same thing beforehand, but I just didn't say it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Well, T had like a 3-second head start with the delay and everything.
I win. It was my joke.
And that's what you call racial equity.
But what I'm saying is, like at best you're gonna get what, a kombucha-esque flavor because it's vinegary and shit. It's still vinegar, and I guess a balsamic vinegar is a reduction, so you might get a I don't know, a more interesting kind of flavor profile, but it ain't gonna taste like Coke, nor Diet Coke for that record.
Yeah, I haven't tried any okay, I did try one TikTok trend. Only one. When I was in Chicago, it was this one TikTok trend where you cleaning your garbage disposal,
Yeah,
put a bunch of ice in there, turn
yeah.
on the garbage disposal, then pour water in there, and it's supposed to clean out the garbage disposal. And that did work.
Yeah, I've heard about that for years because it's supposedly, I've heard that it sharpens the blades, but I don't know if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense to me. I am not a huge man of like, ooh, that's a cool TikTok I'd like to try, but one I have come across that works well, and one that I've continued to do is basically you take a tortilla, right?
Oh yeah.
Put a couple sliced cheese in it, fold that bitch envelope style, and throw it in your toaster. Works like a champ. My addition to it is throw it in the microwave first for like 20, 30 seconds. That way your cheese will get a full melt on it, and the tortilla folds a little easier because it's softer. And then when it toasts up, it still toasts up crisp. So you get a nice crisp tortilla with melty cheese in it. Works like a champ. It works every goddamn time. We do it all the time. It's tortillas on my cabinet right now, man. So that's
I'll have to remember that.
Okay.
yeah. Like I said, the way you fold it, I tried to send you. Emmy made in Japan did one because I watched her watching the TikTok video that made me say, "Oh, that's right on." So it very much does work, and you get a nice little, crispy little tortilla little vibe. My kids do it and so forth. It works. The cheese ain't escaping because the way you fold it keeps it within, so you're not getting melty cheese on your toaster. So I saw you sent me a recipe, or not a recipe per se, but you sent me a TikTok today that had a recipe in it for birria chicken tacos. And every time I see birria, I just think it's like a beef or a pork situation. I didn't realize you could make birria chicken, and I'm like, that has my interest, but that's not really a hack. That's more just a recipe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know if I come across many TikTok hacks that I'm like, oh, that's well done, or I could get something out of it. Again, I'm not drinking balsamic vinegar to the face. I'm just simply not. So
Oh, fuck
But
that.
I just, you fought wars for seasoning for a reason. And if you the most unseasoned takes, like, well, this tastes just like Diet Coke. If it does, you probably got COVID. You probably should take a test right quick. Make sure your tongue is working, because it probably not. And I'm gonna have to keep it real with you on that shit. So it's just haphazard. It's just
I
one of
don't
those
watch a
random
lot of
things,
TikTok. Does any TikTok challenge go like, okay, I heard this, if you try this and you get this, and then the person tries it, like, that's bullshit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
there's
multiple.
whole
Work out like
channels.
that?
Yeah, there are whole channels dedicated to that. The party shirt guys who have a series they call Factor Cap, and they just about every TikTok trend you ever seen, they will do it and tell you if it worked or not. And oftentimes we like, this is why it worked, this is why it wouldn't work, and it's like it's a
How
delight to watch.
interesting that they called it fact or cap rather than cap or no cap.
I don't know. I like Factor Cap.
Maybe they're trying to like merge the generations, bridge the gap.
Yeah,
Of course.
Like, we literally had a conversation in our group chat today because some of the people in the chat didn't know what like FR was and didn't know what cap meant. So I had to have a little like Gen Z like sit down lesson with a couple of my buddies to explain to them the lingo.
Rob from Black Out Tips, who writes on because they got renewed, the Bomani Jones show of Game Theory, had told a story about how one of his coworkers, a Gen Zer, thought and was worried that Rob might be mad at them because he punctuated his sentences.
What?
Think of the
That's a
mindset
thing?
that these children have, that he was concerned that somebody's mad at him because he used periods. Like, I don't know what
So
they're teaching them in school, but
proper
apparently
grammar is
punctuation.
an indication of anger?
He was concerned that it meant angry. He didn't know what it meant, not realizing it was simply, diction. It's a proper use of the grammar and the language that we speak and write. And
Oh.
Well,
I
blame
you blame what?
Twitter because of the character limit. So people have been letting punctuation and words being fully spelled out and shit go to the wayside for a decade now. So that's how you end up with FR for real, and like ONG for on God and shit like that.
We have been committing
That's what ONG
grammar
stands for?
crimes for so long that we just don't this is the end result of that, or the mid result of that. I have no idea if it's the end.
Because if you think about it, like it started with with chat rooms, and then it moved to Twitter, and then it moved to I'm only gonna send your ass one text.
Yeah, I think Twitter accelerated it only because of the character limit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you had to try to make that shit work to get all your thoughts out, because this is before you could thread tweets and so forth and so on. And so you had that the old school 148 180 character limit, whatever it was, and that was it. And so you're like, all right, what grammar crime am I about to commit? Do I not put the apostrophe over it's, even though it needs to be there?
Well,
Ampersands and shit.
Yeah. I chuckle because you know what? Lots of people don't understand that, the pound sign, they just only think of it as hashtag,
Yeah.
I've seen like the memes where it's like, oh, I found my mom's phone from the 90s and it had a pound sign on it or a hashtag symbol on it. Why did they have a hashtag symbol in the 90s if Twitter didn't exist?
Oh my God, it's so stupid. It's stupid, but stupid in the best ways, man. So
it reminds me of that girl who's like, the girl that said Biggie said blow up like the World Trade, and that song came out before 9/11. How did he know? And shit like that. Like, just Google some shit, lady.
Kind of like the Chappelle Show, Tupac.
It might be doo-doo.
I wrote the song a long time ago.
Feel me?
Yes, because
George W. Smith. That is probably like one of the best ones of that third season.
Dave Chappelle, that ain't your
Yeah.
boy.
Oh my god. But yeah, I chuckle, not chuckle per se, but it's like the dude who said I'm about to go blow up this bathroom, and people were really calling the damn feds on his ass. They thought he's about to go. I'm like, at some point you got to be aware, just a little bit aware.
Well, like,
Yeah, just like
use
what people
context
kept
clues.
on
Why would he
saying.
tell you that before?
Just like what people kept on saying about the Browns going to the Super Bowl. That's not what I meant.
I use that all the time.
My kids don't know how to swim yet. I was not dropping my kids off at
Kids
the
off
pool.
at the pool. Yeah, I thought it. I just didn't say it that time, so we own that. Oh, jeez, Louise.
It might be doo
Yeah, when hip hop artists don't kill people named Track. What, Sarah Palin's kids or something like that?
She do got a kid named Track, don't she?
I think so. That's why, probably.
About the body of the track. Oh my god, what is? I don't even know. Again, as I was explaining to you earlier at the beginning of this, and then we just kind of careened out of control. Again, I'm not saying it's going to be a whack show. It's just going to be more of a fluid show this week. Again, because like I said, I've technically already given you a show this week. It just happened to go up today. So it's a good show. That show, I was very happy with the results of that episode. So, man, Gabriel, when you get a chance to listen to it, I think you'll fuck with it. And I like I said, it was good. It's very good. It's very good. Somebody listened to it today and was hitting me up as they went along.
I always
was
trust
like,
your guys' ability.
yeah, pretty good at what we do. So
I'm not saying you guys are terrible without me, but I always feel like when I'm not on the episode, I always feel like I ain't gonna say y'all be picking on Kay, but y'all be like, no, that's some bullshit, Kay.
we can't really do that no more because the delay is tragic in a way that I can't just be shitting on my man because he ain't gonna hear for like about 4 seconds and then it just don't carry the weight. It don't carry the comic timing that it needs.
Yeah.
I wasn't talking to you, Siri. Why are you trying to listen in on me, homie? What's that about?
Oh man, I was listening to fire God, I can tell you in 1 second. I was listening to Harvey Firestein's book in the car the other day, and he kept some part kept on saying "fucked in the ass" or something like that, right? And every time he said it, my phone started going off like trying to hear what he was saying, like bloop, fucked in the ass, bloop, fucked in the. I was like, come on, man. And I was in the car. He just kept on going off. Like it was still an interesting book though. But that part made my phone piqued my phone's interest.
Oh my goodness.
Huh. Wonder why.
I don't know. I'm not gonna try to figure it out. Speaking of not trying to figure it out, I tweeted earlier today about how like squirrels never killed a human. And I came to this realization because like I thought of a couple things. One, my friend Stanford had told me the story about when him and a group of his friends were walking home from school, and this girl started fucking with a squirrel. And he said the squirrel jumped out of the tree and jumped on the girl's face and started scratching the shit out of her. And that always tickled me. And so this squirrel has been hanging around our house like looking into the kitchen window and shit. And I'm like, man, I wish this squirrel would fucking go away. So I started thinking of stuff like ways to keep the squirrel away. like maybe buy a plastic owl, or you know, throw or like put something to block him so he can't get on the roof. One suggestion was to get some cotton balls and put mint on it, and that should keep him away. Or buy one of those like electric interference things for rodents to keep them away
Yeah.
from the house. So that made me think like, what were like the fatality numbers for squirrels and humans? And I was just like, um, it was zero. And I was like, that kind of peed me off a little bit. I was like, it couldn't be just one a year.
Well, maybe it's one of two other things. Maybe either squirrels are that good at covering their tracks, or two, maybe people would just be so embarrassed to admit that they got killed by a squirrel that people just don't even cop to it.
But that's the
Like,
thing, though. Like they cop to it because there's about an average of 3,126 non-fatal injuries a year by squirrels.
no fatalities though,
Yeah, no,
because like it's one
non-fatal.
thing to get into a scrap and live to tell the tale, but you can't be like you got like there's got to be homie code where you're just like, look guys, if it takes me down, don't tell anybody it was the squirrel. Tell them it was like a mongoose.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. Okay, so the leading killer
Ricky
of
Ticky
humans
Tacky.
are venomous snakes, and that's about 11 a year, give or take.
Now, is that a global list or is that
Just
states?
United States.
I wonder what the
Oh,
global
okay.
numbers are because in the global south there are way more snakes because there's just way more snake habitats, and so I wonder, what I'm saying, if the numbers are much larger throughout the world.
Man, we're number one, so who cares what the world is doing, right?
Man, you ever watch those like Animal Planet videos? There's like one I saw one time where it was like some sort of iguana and he's running around and he's getting chased by like an army of like 1,000 snakes and shit.
Hmm.
No, but that sounds amazing.
It's like I feel like like obviously I'm watching nature, but I feel like that drone should go over there and like airlift that fucking iguana out of that situation rather than watch him fucking like parkour for his life.
Yeah, but most of the time, like especially in modern times, it's not a human like in the vicinity watching that shit. It couldn't be. It just couldn't be now, cause like me, anytime I'm watching like a Netflix show now, like anything that's a reality based show, man, they be going in on those fucking aerial shots now. Like
That's
they
what I'm
know
saying.
like they
Is
got the
drone.
drones and stuff. It's a drone driving that. It's not a person's not nowhere near that.
That's what I said. I said it was a drone. I said they should take the drone and fly it over to the iguana and like airlift his ass out of there.
Yeah, but that would. I mean, what I'm saying is that'll fuck up the shot. Ain't nobody gonna be doing that. It's like they're just trying to get the money shot. They're not trying to save nobody.
I know, but like I feel bad
But
watching nature
that,
happen.
yeah. But that and the iguana doesn't have any hands to grab onto the drone and get out of there. Like, hey, fuck you, snakes, I'm out of here. Flicking off the
I
snakes
Yeah,
as
know
he
he
goes.
did.
and it's a drone, not a claw machine.
No, the iguana was like one of the ones
No,
that
I said
runs
this.
around.
Oh, quick,
Yeah,
so he
he
could have
could have
grabbed
gripped.
on.
Like the iguana made it out. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm telling you, I felt bad for him, but he made it out. Like he fought off a couple, and then he like skedaddled up like a cliff and shit. But it was like an army of just the danger noodles chasing him.
Danger noodles.
Uh,
That sounds delicious. Oh, it's always a delight.
It is.
All right, so
so,
what
do animals have
animal do you
pride
think
in that? Like,
they
do
do
the
come
animals
in
have pride in
prides?
like they won't be taken alive or something like that? Like, fuck you, snakes! I'll jump off this cliff before I let you eat me.
I
Take
don't know, but
with him.
with the tails of that elephant running up and doing up that Indian lady, I guess anything's possible at this point. So
Did you go through that thread?
No. Only thing, at this point, I just stick with my one TikTok zoologist dude and just leave it at that.
I was asking because there were a couple videos in that thread. There was like one of people having like a little tea party, and the elephant just walks up and just like fucking tusks someone into the air and throws him, and then stares at him like, "How fucking dare you have this tea party in my savannah?"
Yeah, and it was another video I seen where it was like she looked what I think was a model, and she's like posing next to the elephants, and like a little baby one just like run up on her and start humping her and pulling down her skirt. These baby elephants wild out here, man.
There was the fucking orangutan video where he's just copping a feel on that woman, and like getting all like sweet with her, putting his head on her shoulder and shit. Just like, this is my boo.
I'm just like said, I'm just gonna be cool. I'm like, I guess if you are in the situation or area where that's an elephant spot, fuck, I look like playing around with that elephant spot. Like, sir, I'm sorry, I'm in your way. That's humanity's fault. We done got we done forgot that shit was theirs first. Not we.
Elephants don't understand deeds.
I'm sorry, what?
Elephants don't understand deeds, the property lines. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you purchased this land, sir.
Well, you say that, but that fucking video in that article, that elephant fully knew that it was a funeral happening because he showed up to pay his last respects of like, yeah, that's right, I fucking do it again.
Everything about that shit still makes no sense to me because they say that elephant escaped from an enclosure of sorts or whatever that was like 120 miles away.
That's probably the fucking Mike Myers of elephants.
Okay, sure. So that elephant escaped, murked out that woman, and nobody thought we should probably get that elephant back to where it belongs. Y'all just let that elephant be out in these streets still? After he murked somebody?
Mike Myers be flash stepping away from fools, man. Do you think that elephant ain't learned the flash step from Mike Myers?
Well, first, we have to talk about like, was it the right elephant? Because I didn't see any teardrops on that elephant's face. So maybe it's just the wrong elephant to begin with.
Oh my god,
man! You trying to say all elephants?
That, and what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? And rehabilitate that elephant? Like that elephant's Red from Shawshank Redemption. I look at that young elephant. I want him to do better. Or whatever the fuck Red said at the end of Shawshank.
The elephant be praying 4 times a day.
Elephant got the rocking the elephant koofy.
Oh yeah, so what probably happened was just like in South Central, it turned from
South Central.
From remember where OG Bobby Johnson got his teardrop turned from black to Soul Brother Brown? He colored the teardrop so you couldn't see it no more. Gee, thanks, Ray.
Every day we getting it.
So that elephant just needed an older elephant inmate to like have a good influence on him and teach him the error of his ways.
Make sure the Aryan elephants did fuck with him.
Oh no!
I mean, I've had an elephant throw dirt at me before, so I know how vicious they can be.
I've only had monkeys throw shit at me, and I was at the Arkansas Zoo, and that monkey was way too fucking close with no glass or nothing. Like, I mean, I was probably about like 4 or 5. Probably about 4 or 5. We at the zoo. I'm like, hey, monkey. That monkey was like, fuck you. Do shit at us.
This was the elephants here in our zoo. And like this dude was just chucking dirt bombs at people. And like I remember seeing him like pick it up in his snout trunk area, ball like a little baseball, and just like the way he flicked his trunk, it flew like in my direction. But like how like our enclosures have like the wooden log fences.
Yeah.
They're like I saw the dirt just fucking blast into the wood and it got stuck there like a snowball.
That might have been shit.
I'm glad you didn't get hit, because man.
Because that
Yeah, man.
would have been one with your shits that day.
Them trunks are powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a surly elephant. It was like, oh, you guys want to see a show? I'll give you a show.
Yeah, he was just popping off at everybody because I didn't do anything. I mean, like, granted, I'm part of the species that is like, captured and enslaved his family by an offense, I guess. But I didn't personally do anything to him that day. I was just standing there. I was an innocent bystander.
I'm not gonna allow for enslaved. They ain't doing no work. They not building cabins. You know what I'm saying?
They're out here entertaining.
That shit be making me sad, man. Like the last couple of times I went to the zoo, it makes me sadder and sadder. Like,
I don't know. They got a pretty cushy life.
They got a what life?
He said cushy, but I'm just like,
they got a pretty cushy life.
Yeah, it's cool.
They not home.
Yeah,
they're not amongst their people.
Yeah, they not like.
What if they're introverts and they don't want to go out?
So that's what it seemed like in our zoo. They all introverts. They all want to. They all be reading on their nook inside of their little cave. Like, man, I'm reading the Grapes of Wrath right now. I'm not interested in entertaining you.
I love those videos you see online.
Right, I guess
the monkeys when like people are doing like magic tricks in front of them and they get all like super animated. Like, oh my god, how did you do that? Where did it go?
I think those monkeys are just good actors. They be knowing.
They're empathetic too. They're like, this guy sucks, but he put his dream into this whole thing. He really wanted to be a great magician. I'll just make him feel good.
It's like the trick I used to pull on my siblings when we were younger. Like there was that game where like you would ask the person 3 questions, and it was like you were trying to show them that like, you could predict the future. So you'd ask them like 1 multiple choice question and 2 regular ass questions, and you would just write the shit down in reverse order. So you would have your multiple choice question picked out already. You would write one of them down, then you would ask them the other questions, and then just write down the answer that they gave you previously. So you'd always get at least 2 out of 3.
Did the girls in y'all school have that piece of paper? Like first pick a number.
Yeah,
yeah. Now pick a letter. Don't.
I think that's how they determined like relationships and shit.
Yeah, sometimes that shit was the bomb, and I always wanted to know how to make it. Cause like certain girls that have better ones than other ones, and be like, now this one to tell your future and see who you gonna go with. I'm like,
that's how you could tell the artistic kids from like just the regular ass kids, because they were able to do that origami like future telling shit. Because I knew how to make one of those like after a while, but like there were just some people that made it so tight, so crisp. It was like fucking just beautiful. My shit looked like the most raggedy shit ever.
It was a couple things that I thought was dope back in the day. I remember when the girls, I don't even know where the fuck they got. Well, I guess from a craft store, but like the plastic, interweaved not bracelet, but a keychain.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's made out of these plastic strips.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about because the plastic folds over itself into 4s. I know exactly what you're talking about, man. Them like vinyl braided. Final braid.
I'm looking it up. I'm already on it, buddy.
You're not talking about snap bracelets, are you?
No.
Nah. If you saw it, you'd be like, "Yep, I know this." And you might have even done it at like camp or a school or situation.
Why the fuck is this on Etsy?
Oh, so people have them on Etsy?
Yeah, that is the most fucked up Etsy thing I've ever seen.
What like some of the stuff we used to do back then? I remember. We would take spoons from the lunchroom and play spoon break on the bus.
Yeah.
We played pencil break too. I remember the bus driver getting pissed because we played spoon break so much. He's like, I had to sweep this damn bus because of you kids. No more playing that shit on here.
Yeah, spoon breaks, pencil breaks.
Like, you ain't have to sweep shit, bitch. Shut the fuck up.
Sorry that you had well, if you was real good at spoon breaks, that shit did splinter. I remember... back in the day, the best kind of pencil to use was a pencil from China, because this seemed like to be the The ones that really got the job done. Because I remember people used to bite their eraser off. And
Yeah, you had to like basically like shimmy the metal to try and make it as sharp as you could, so you
yeah.
can get like that when you pop down, you kind of drag through it almost like fucking knife the other pencil.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
And
link you sent
then some
said
people used to play
item
choppers.
unavailable,
Oh, shit.
so
Well,
I
you
couldn't see a
sent it
picture. But
anyway, so.
well, yeah, I found one that is similar to it, but it don't really, like these is a little more fancy.
Get to dancing. It might be doo-doo.
Only way I ever seen it do it. You know what I'm saying? Get the dancing, motherfucker.
Oh, these things.
Yeah. I knew, like I said, I knew once you saw it, you'd be like, yeah, I definitely have either seen or have dealt with that matter before.
It reminded me of like the patterns that like the girls would put in their hair.
And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
also remember when the girl started putting the chip bags in the oven and making keychains out of those.
Oh, some old Shrinky Dink shit, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's where y'all youth come in handy. I'm not hip to that.
Okay. Well, yeah, it happened during the youthful time of my life. And I remember.
I think our generation though overused that fucking Diamond S.
That Diamond S was dope though. Like once you figure out how to do it.
Yeah, that Diamond S has been around since if I'm not mistaken, like it has a specific name to it, and it's been around since like the 40s or 50s. It ain't just y'all.
You knew what kind of school you went to if all your textbooks when you got them at the beginning of the year were already full with them motherfuckers.
Yeah, I used to love like when people used to do it with an eraser in the front of the book, like.
Like they would fucking give us those textbooks. They were all beat to shit, drawn up, and then have us put our names in them, and then threaten us that if we didn't give them back at the end of the year in good condition, that we were going to have to pay for them. Like, where were you at threatening the first 7 people that had this book before me? Because it clearly did not come to me in the best shape.
It was only every like I didn't have a bunch of classes where we had to share books or had like recycled books. It was only like maybe if like when I got higher up in grade and instead of having a class for a full year, I had it for a half a year. But one thing I did appreciate is when somebody took the time to be like, I got a joke, turn to page 6. Then turn to page, then turn to page 18. Then turn to page 44. They'd be like, they draw little booties and stuff. And I'm like, this is hilarious. It was like a homemade, like choose your own adventure book. It was just pretty sweet. Which, choose your own adventure books are, were dope to begin with. Did you guys ever read those?
Yes, that was because you remember you was kind of talking about last week. You talking about the Quarry is kind of a video game version of said theme.
Yeah.
But yeah, choose your own adventure books is kind of fun. But of course, you mess. I'd read the direction I'm supposed to take it, and then be like,
nah, I'm gonna go back.
I ain't like I'm going back. Even though you're not supposed to, they always tell you no, just keep going forward and get the story. And like, nah, bruh.
I always get 3 steps ahead, and it was like, you fell into a bear trap.
Did I?
I used to always, when you go in there, I used to feel kind of pumped, especially during summer reading time. I used to love picking those books because sometimes you pick an adventure and well, go to page 12, and then it's like a little ass paragraph. You're like, hell yeah, I'm done. I died already.
Yes, this book was very short. That's why I enjoyed it, Miss Ma'am. Thank you for allowing me to read it. You just read the one story, the one part of the story that let you die and just be done. Like, I have completed this book.
I mean, and on top of that, to really be honest about it, most of the books had the whole synopsis on the back of the book. It was like, Tom and Jane met in the forest. They have many adventures with their cousin Leroy. Leroy gets sent away to a detention camp. They are sad. I tell you one thing. I put some salmon on the grill today. and have some rice and some spinach. And I'm hungry as fuck right now.
You ate wild light, but you ate wild healthy, and now your body's like, come on, man.
Yeah, give me some more, man. Come on, baby, what you doing? You ain't want that salmon to begin with. I don't like salmon at all, but it was edible.
Yeah. What made you choose salmon as the go-to?
Because my partner wanted shrimp, and shrimp don't go a long way. I was like, I'll put it on the grill, and then we'll cook some salmon because we have salmon in this house, and it just
Yeah.
can't take up room in the freezer.
A fair debate, if ever there were one.
Yeah,
I am.
2 out of 4 people like salmon in this house.
Yeah, if that means half the folk can eat the salmon, and the salmon to get taken care of that way. So that's real. I was listening to Doughboys today, and my man Mookie Blakelock was talking about eating salmon. It's like I don't know what the fuck they was talking about. He's talking about Nick was asking him his fish preparation. And I was like, Nick, you a wild one, man. You be asking some questions, bro. So I can't even call him, man. Nick be on something, man.
But the funny thing is, he's 100% sincere. He wants to know.
Yeah, he's not just joking. You know what I'm saying? He really wants that information, man. Look, like I said, if you fuck with us, you should probably be getting down with Doughboys. It's just a great show. Me and Ant been listening to it for forever, and so I would tell you to get down with that. Today, one of my favorite shows ever ended. Reply All put up its last episode today, and they really went out on a good note. And I'm going to so miss that podcast. It was like basically the first, maybe I guess technically the second show that was the Gimlet Media show, you know what I'm saying, that they made. And they went through some drama earlier in the year. No, that was like, God, that might have been last year now I think about it. Okay, so you remember how the shit went down at BuzzFeed, right?
Was it BuzzFeed?
No, Bon Appetit.
Yep.
Okay, so the shit went down to Bon Appetit. People on Reply All had started a series where they were going to talk about how the shit went down at Bon Appetit. Had done all these interviews and had just gotten started making shows and shit together right there. But then motherfuckers who worked on Reply All was like, oh, you got the nerve to be talking about this shit when the same shit been going down here at Gimlet Media when we out here trying to unionize and shit like this. And this person the bitch and that person the bitch. And then when that came out, it was a couple people who worked on Reply All who had, basically been told that they was bitches. And then they had to quit. They quit the show, and then Reply All kind of was like we got to take a break. We got to get our shit together. And they finally finally came up from their break, and one of the hosts stayed, and one of the hosts left, and they brought in a new dude, and he's very good, Emmanuel Jochi. You know what I'm saying, super good dude for the show, and so forth and so on. But it truly was never going to be the same after that because it was just you know what I'm saying, they really had went through it, and so they've been making basically only like an episode a month, maybe 2 episodes a month. So they really hadn't gotten back to full form. And they finally announced late in May that their last show was coming up, and their last show came out today, and it was real good, man. They really stayed true to themselves even on this last episode, and I truly will miss that show. So R.I.P. Reply All, man. Oh, also R.I.P. the Real Talk Spider Monkey. Not the actual Spider Monkey, but OGs who know Real Talk Spider Monkey. We came across a story. Some Mexican drug lord Spider Monkey, even though he was wearing a bulletproof vest, still got shot and killed in these streets.
See you at the crossroads.
You know what I'm saying? You won't be lonely.
Well,
Speaking
monkeys
of that,
monkeys are small. Can they take the impact of a bullet even if they're wearing a vest?
That's why the nigga died.
I'm near certain you heard me just say that motherfucker dead. So no, it didn't work out for that monkey in the end. But I'm glad that the guy thought to at least put a vest on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Headshots only, sideways. So speaking of the crossroads, Dan sent to like a not disturbing, but some sad news. Vincenzo's fucking closed downtown.
Yeah, R.I.P. Vincenzo. You won't be. Man.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. It's like I've been gone for so long. I guess I truly shouldn't give a fuck. But just thinking, I could taste that pizza when I read that earlier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just, they were saying a nice little thick broccoli slice.
You know what? I was thinking about the thin broccoli slice. That was always I used to love and like Vincenzo's had the best affordable salad downtown. That was fresh. Man, they had a
They
lot
made
of black
delicious,
people
beautiful
working there.
sandwiches. Yeah, they did. They did have a lot of black people working there, but they seemed to have a staff that they kept on.
Yeah.
So they must have paid them all right. You know what I'm saying? They must not have been calling them marons or anything else like that. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, bring me that sandwich, Mooley.
fucking mooly. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they must have not been treating them like that. You know what I'm saying? Holy shit.
First place I ever had.
It was always like the same people there too. It was like the dude who like clearly owned it. Probably his wife, who was always running like the salad bar and never seen
his sister.
Sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was like the chubby black guy, and then like the skinny black guy.
The skinny black guy.
Yeah.
And then
black lady,
the random black lady who ran the cash register.
Yep.
Yeah. But she came up. She used to be on the pasta side at first.
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the first place I ever had tiramisu, and what's fucked up was like somebody had bought me some tiramisu from there before.
Yeah.
And then I felt so dumb. I was like, well, I'm trying to think of the name of it. Is it Kalamazoo? And she was like, no, tiramisu. And I used to see the sister all the time. Like, it's funny. Like how Alicia Keys like, I look different in my outside clothes. She looked different in her outside clothes, bro.
Respect. Always using the milk and creams. You know what I'm saying? Not that water.
Yeah, Vincenzo's, man. I like most of my downtown, especially my working experience, was going there to have lunch. Like when I used to work at places before the place we work at now, I used to go there and grab lunch. Where you can get a slice in a salad or a slice in a sandwich or a few slices for a good price, and it was good all the time. And never no bullshit neither. Like,
holy shit! I'm looking at some on their website right now, and I'm looking at a picture they have, and like, let me see if I can open this image in another tab.
Well, I'm not gonna be.
It's like you'll definitely know this. You'll definitely know this face, even though it's blurred. Yes, you don't open any more. You don't open any more chats, sir. Like it's literally three of the people we were just talking about in one shot.
Yeah.
Wow,
man,
that's crazy. It doesn't say closed. And I remember they would regularly go off on vacation at some point during the year. So I wonder if maybe that dude thinks they're closed.
I hope so.
But there's just one of the points where when they leave, because they would leave country. You know what I'm saying? When they would like, yeah, nothing seems to be. I mean, unless it just happened, and that's quite possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but you know what? Your man's is on vacation the next few days. I can slide downtown. I'll let you know if Vincenzo's is gone.
Yeah, I imagine that like word hasn't really spread because like I've been watching that like YouTube sports show that they started from Channel 3. I watch every day while I'm working.
Yeah.
Today, one of the hosts was like telling they have like a reporter she just left NFL Network, and she does like 2 guest spots a week on their show for a little bit, like a call-in thing. And he was like, "Oh yeah, next time you're in town, I have to take you to this great pizza place downtown. It's called Vincenzo's and everything." And I'm just like, "Ooh, you might want to check with Michael Simon on that one. He says it don't exist anymore."
Yeah. Well, you know, like I said, I happen to be off the next couple of days. I might hop in the whip and slide on down there, and I will give y'all some definitive answers on this. We'll do it for the people, and you know, for us, it may be a slice of broccoli pizza if I can get my hands on some. Speaking of whips, my child did what he was said to do, and that was he took all his various graduation monies and bought a car.
Wow.
He is now the owner of. I got to get it right. I want to make sure I tell you this correctly. So I'm going to open up Geico, who I had to add because I had to add this little motherfucker to the insurance again the other day.
So what happened to the? I never even knew the Volvo was gone. You never
Yeah,
talked about that.
Volvo. The Volvo got to a point where nothing. He could no longer work on it. He needed to try. He was trying to replace the axle because the axle needed to be replaced, and he could not get that axle to come out for shit. And he finally just like, fuck it, I can't do nothing with it. And I I had my time with it, and let's let it go. And so he sold it to like one of those like wrecking yards, and they gave him a decent amount for it. So he got back pretty much like half of what we paid for it.
Well,
So that's not so bad. But now he is the proud owner of a 1999 BMW 323i.
Wow. He loves his classic cars.
That is, yes, he's going to be my undoing. But luckily, that car, seemingly, via its Carfax, was well taken care of. Only serviced by BMW. The guy who owned it kept it in the garage. So not much, rust or issues of that matter on it. Dude definitely smoked in it, but it didn't really smell like smoke. But a leather interior, all kinds of lovely.
The finest cherry blends inside.
No, it was he ended up finding like so he was cleaning the car out yesterday, or no, him and his sibling were riding around yesterday, and they ended up finding in just underneath a seat or something like that was that empty box of American Spirit.
Only the classiest. That's what Britney Spears used to smoke.
But he said he blew one of the speakers out already because he said that car clearly has never experienced bass. And so I had to laugh that he managed to pull that off. But today I was like, bro, I told him yesterday, but today he did. I was like, bro, you got to just give it a good vacuuming out and give it a wipe down. Just that I go, you don't know what people's stuff is. Then he said something smelled bad in the back, and he's like, it turns out. He said he said he had a can of Pepsi and he had threw the can back there, but the trunk get wild hot, and basically it was the Pepsi had basically just boiled off into like a caramel, like a burnt sugar, and it was stinking up the whole car. So I was like, all right, clean the shit out. I go Lysol that whole bitch down just in general because it's probably just who know just in general it's time to kill some germs. So he Lysol the whole thing down, got the shop vac out today and vacuumed it out. And wiped everything, armor out everything down, and it was like, I saw you had an extra air freshener in your car, so I took it and put it in my car. And I'm like, you good, man? It's no worries. I'm glad I had
the watermelon one.
No, it's the clean linen. My go-to smell.
Love that smell.
And thank you, because it's a very nice smell. It's a nice neutral tone. I fuck with it.
That's usually the one that I buy for the bathroom.
Yeah. So. But he's good. It's a stick, so he is stuck if he ever needed it because I don't drive a stick, but he can. So
once you learn it becomes like second nature, and it's not such a hard thing.
Yeah,
I'm sure, but I am old and I'm not trying to learn how to drive a stick. But I'm glad he knows how to drive.
That's how I first learned to drive.
Yeah, that makes sense.
On hard mode,
but also it's dope. Yeah, of course, my man, all through life. But I'm glad my kid he got a car and it's in good shape and it should last him a little bit. We talked about his school choices and he's decided he no longer wants to go to Lima, and I'm like, that's okay. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. But he's like, Tracy has a good program, and I'm like, all right, if you want to go to it, let's get you signed up and get you locked in. So hopefully that will be going down. But my neighbor came over there and was like, hey, man, I was talking to the letter carrier. She said they hired over at the post office. You want to let Xander know, you know what I'm saying? That's a good job. I'm like, you're right. That is a good job. But it's also, in this case, Hove did that. His Uncle Anthony did that. And I don't know if I want my kid doing that. But
honestly, I never made. Okay, it's a dichotomy. You make a whole lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And you won't spend it because you will be working a lot. I saved so much money working there.
Yeah.
Like I mean, of course, I didn't have any major bills or any children, or I didn't have anything but working and shit. But it's a dope job. It's not a bad job. It's like if he can get in, if he can get in part time, like working inside and going to school at
Yeah.
the same time, that would be dope for him.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I was sitting chopping up. He out with his buddies right now, so I was sitting chopping up with him about it tomorrow at some point, and go from there. But just an update on my oldest child's life's ambitions and moves. I'm proud of the car's nice. When you guys see it, you'll be like, okay, it's a pretty solid looking car.
What color is it?
So,
Huh?
silver. Actually, I can tell you the exact color. The color is, if I can get the focus, Lackstief metallic, because it's BMW. It's German, and the guy, like I said, has the matching car paint. He came with that. There was a button that needed to be replaced. And the guy had never gotten around to replacing it, but he had bought the replacement. So Xander just did the button replacement. The hazard button needed to be replaced. So the guy had the button, he just hadn't put it in yet. You know what I'm saying? Because he was kind of like done with it. It talked him down by about $500. So that's twice now my child has. I've seen my man negotiate down for a car. So I was like, okay, old man, I see it in you. And so I like that. I like that he has that in him. And like I said, he came on a real good one this time. That Volvo, as it turned out, was not a good one. Even though, again, we did the Carfax on it, it had been well serviced and taken care of. It's just that last guy who had it basically had run it through the ringer, and that's just what it comes down to.
I feel like he would probably be a good car salesman.
Probably, but it's like I wonder if
he knows the ins and outs of cars.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than like a car salesman who can be like this and this about a car.
Yeah.
Not just be like, I don't know anything. It looks like a Butte, don't it? Like legit can be like, well, how these cars were made and like this and this and this. They updated this here. Like a person who actually loves that shit is a good car salesman.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's just what it is. Like, you remember I used to tell y'all guys, when I worked at like Target, I worked in electronics. And what made me pretty killer in electronics is it's my joy. I know it. And I could talk anybody through just about anything. Now, I probably couldn't do that nowadays. I'm not real on the TV game like I used to be. But man, I used to sell TVs like like motherfuckers are selling water in the desert. So I can really make that shit move. So it might be in him if he is so inclined. But like I said, he got his whole life at him, and I want him to take his time and walk that path. I do want him to go to school. I truly do, because I don't know. But also, if he could go to Tri-C, save a couple of bucks and finish Tri-C, you know what I'm saying? At least walk out there, get that associates where it don't cost him an arm and leg, where he's hopefully not having, got student loan debt like his old man, then maybe that could take him some places. So we shall see. How many Velmas are out there how many, like if you gathered all the Velma cosplayers of the Instagram, OnlyFans, multiverse, you think I'd be sick of it? I'm not. Truly, I'm not.
The things that I don't think will ever go away: Miss Incredible, Velma. Yeah. Right now, Ghost. What's her name? Ghost Spider. The Gwen.
Spider Gwen. Yeah.
Spider Gwen.
Spider Gwen.
Who else?
Mary Jane gets used a lot.
Mary Jane.
Anything with bunny ears going on and a cottontail.
Oh yeah, Lola Bunny gets used a lot too.
I think that's about it. I think those are the most popular ones, though. Or Rogue.
Yeah, I have seen many an ex-person, ex-woman.
I've seen it.
A rogue you can touch.
Well, hey, like I told you,
sorry. Rogue, just like that whole character back in the day was super sexy. Hold on there, sugar. Oh man, my little well, mine was blown.
Imagine
She was
having a character
flirtatious.
Yes, very.
that flirtatious and that attractive, but yet if you touch her, you fucking die.
I mean, back in the '90s, you thought that's what you thought was gonna happen anyway.
That's what they call that's what they call orgasms in French. Les petites morts, the little death. So
That's why I learned
why
from
not?
Class Act.
Go ahead and if he dies, he dies. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, we really have we really ain't got a lot to go on, so we just kind of kicking it, kind of going on. I'm gonna let you tell. I'm gonna let Gabriel tell a story right quick because I
I got a
have to
few.
hear it. Well, I just need the one you told me about earlier because that shit is wild, and I feel like everybody deserves a little wild tale from the RV.
All right, well,
So please, sir, share.
From the Wild Wild West.
I mean, I got my 9-year-old son. I don't know why he did this or when he did this because we were just like, I just walk into the little bathroom and it's covered in baby powder. I'm like, who the hell did this? I look. My oldest daughter immediately dimes. There's no snitches get stitches code in my house. My kids are always snitching on each other, and like with no like I don't want to discourage it though because I need that information. But like a little bit of me, a little small part of me is like, you could have kept that to yourself. Like, where's the loyalty? They're just always snitching to each other out. Like, so she's like immediately like, oh, he did it. It was him. And I looked over and he is covered in powder. So I didn't even have to ask. I should have just looked at the kids. And he's like, no, I didn't. He denies it. But the evidence all over him. I asked
Oh
why
my
he did it.
god.
He didn't have a good explanation. I don't know why. I gotta stop asking why because it never makes me happy or satisfies me or makes me less angry. They never give me a why where I go, oh, that's why. Okay, I could see that. It's just like, oh, you spread ketchup all over the floor. Why'd you do that? Oh, okay, I could see that. I could see that reason. No, that never happens. I gotta tell myself, don't ask why. It's
I,
it does nothing.
I was gonna ask what would have been the satisfying answer in this situation. I'm gonna give you one. Oh, my nuts were sweating, so I was trying to powder my balls.
If
Hey,
you
I'm
would have said
sweating
that,
here.
yeah, I've been like, okay, I'm less angry now. Proper ball care.
Well, okay. How about this?
It's not
Let,
usually
let, let's let's see
realized that young.
let's see what would be acceptable answers. I think or acceptable answer would be like, you know what, Dad? I've been practicing basketball real hard, and I was doing that LeBron James shit in the bathroom to get myself ready.
Okay,
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna make you
that
proud,
I
Papa.
guess that I would have been okay with.
Would you have? Because you hate
I'd
waste
be
is
like,
what it comes
Stimpy.
down to,
Set this.
and what it comes down to is he wasted a bunch of powder, and somebody had to clean it up.
Well, he cleaned it up.
Oh
Fuck
well,
that. He's old enough.
right on.
He did a shitty
What if he
job,
just
but at
said
least
to
he learned a
you?
lesson.
What if he just said to you, "It was time to make the donuts"?
Yeah, if they got
Was that guy Italian?
if he can come with a if he can come back with a comic joke, a comic comedic bit. I mean, that might help.
Make me laugh. Ease the pain a little bit.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's better than making you cry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
And see,
Oh my
I
goodness.
mean, I got a few stories I could tell about the last just general stress things, but like I'll try to walk a walk of that shit
Well,
as
I mean,
per
go ahead, do
the
tell.
edict of the podcast. Well, well, the one is funny. I don't mind telling the internet this. We are camp hosts at this campground South Dakota for the summer, so we'll be spending our summer in South Dakota. And some of the campground workers came around, and he had a treat for Kevin, our Boston Terrier. Because we got two dogs. We got the old dog, Tallulah, and we got the young dog, Kevin. And he gives a treat to Kevin as I'm standing at the door, and I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" Like, "Oh, not much. Where's the old timer?" And I said, "Oh, she's in our bedroom getting dressed."
Oh wow.
And I I didn't realize that he was talking about the dog. I thought it's like South Dakota, it's a big biker place. So I'm like thinking like he's like calling her an old timer, like they call them old ladies. And I didn't want to be rude
Oh,
and
I
correct him, like,
understand.
"Hey, don't call my wife an old timer, sir." I was just trying to be polite and tell her where she was.
She
Oh,
does not
shit.
sit in the pit seat. When I was watching the episode of The King of the Hill, and I found out that's what that second seat was on the bike, I was like, "That's amazing."
Gun in your
The
mouth, dog. You gotta
sidecar or
go
the
foul
back?
hard.
No, the back.
Oh,
That's what the
I thought the
second seat is
sidecar was
called.
I thought that's what the sidecar was called.
Maybe both of them are called that. I don't know. I don't own a
So
bike.
anywhere on the motorcycle besides driving a motorcycle.
Yeah, pretty much. If,
That
if
seems
you
unfair.
if you're not first, you're last.
Shit, we was just watching King of the Hill earlier tonight. Is the episode where Bill Dotree was about to. They went down to Nolans, and Dandy Down was supposed to be throwing the football for Hank Hill, and Bill Dotree was mayhaps going to inherit, I guess, somebody's home or whatever, and end up banging out a bunch of ladies down there. It's real weird. That was weird. It was a strange episode. It was a hilarious episode at the same time. Hank was so sad that the dude missed the football throw. He's like, I could have made that throw. And he like tackled him on the field and shit. It was a bunch of good time to be had there, man. Hank, King of the Hill is a great show, and I think there's talk of that coming back. And today, the Beavis and Butthead movie, Do the Universe movie, premiered on Paramount Plus. So there's a fresh Beavis and Butthead movie for you to enjoy when you are so inclined. I will probably watch that maybe after tonight, maybe after we finish up here.
Well, maybe it's a what do they call it? It's a come up for all the kids of the '90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, it's just that time. It's like
What else?
the millennials are at that age, like Dan was saying last week when he was at the toy fair, that their nostalgia time is now, and so they're getting served up a bunch of stuff that they fuck with, and I think that's pretty dope. That being said, let's walk on down to Reddit Avenue, where we of course enjoy a little bit of Am I the Asshole? Now we of course you don't know this.
Hold on. Well, I'm sorry. Continue, but I have to interject after you were done.
Oh no, I was just about to
Hello?
jump on in some Am I the Asshole, but if you got something to share, baby, share.
We'll do your little spiel and then I'll share.
Oh, fair enough. You know what I'm saying? Well, we give you we get secrets. We recorded about asshole already, but I did have another one loaded up because I thought we had to read it because it's got a good title. So it's one of those situations where I'm like, we might as well knock it out. Plus it's short, so I figured we could get on that one and get a chuckle out of it. And so Reddit, we do this thing pretty good at it. Daniel, go on.
So I was given this story, told to redact names, and asked to present it to you guys for judgment. I'm pretty sure I already know the verdict, but I said I would do it. So I have a story here.
And IRL AITA?
Yes.
Sweet. I'm about that life. Go ahead.
Okay, so the premise of this is my mom and I assholes for blocking my brother's phone number. Okay.
Whoa.
So here, I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna do my best to leave all identities nondescript. So long story short, he told us he was going to be in town for this past weekend at his friend's house 30 minutes away. Mind you, no mention of going anywhere with the kids, having them spend time with my mom, nothing. He had talked to her on the phone a few times before, and the one time he said, quote, "Why are you telling me people are dead? I don't care," and other things like that. So he calls this past week. He tells my mom that he's in town, and she says, quote, "Did you fly or drive?" He doesn't, and then he, in parentheses, he doesn't believe in masks/vaccine, end parentheses. And he says, "We flew. I never said I was driving," parentheses. He had multiple times. Anyway, why does it matter? We could have taken a moped here. That's not important. Then he proceeds to tell her how he's stockpiling AK-47s and will get more now since he knows she's anti-assault weapons. Then, as she's talking, he says, "If you're not going to say anything relevant, I'm hanging up." So she says she has to go and figure out a time for last week to see him, then blocked. Mind you, he has never once asked about her health, nothing. I wanted him here so I could ask him where the cut of the $165,000 from the house went that he stole when our dad died, but I'm above him. If you'd like to post this to the Skim group along with a vague background of his antics for Am I the Asshole, you can. So, I know this. I have met this person. I know this person. They married someone and moved away years ago, and it seemed my impression of them from that moment on is that they felt like they were too good for their family, and they use every opportunity to shit on their family.
So the question is the family the asshole for blocking?
For basically going no communication with that brother.
Yeah, but at this point, like him and his mom have cut his brother out.
Yeah, him and his mom should cut that brother out. At some point, you just gotta you throw the towel in. It's better for your mental well being. You're probably better for your mother's mental well being. Fuck that dude. No, they're not assholes, and they're better people for it.
Boundaries are a necessary thing.
Yeah, boundaries are necessary, and there's nothing wrong with setting necessary boundaries for pieces of shit like that. Who don't care? Who's going to try to make fun of you and tell you I got assault rifles and I'll get COVID and bring it to your house, even if you're old and not feeling well. So yeah, no way. They're fine, and probably, like I said, probably will be better for it, and especially if they come to terms with, like, you know what, we don't fuck with this dude no more.
I don't fuck with you.
Yeah, so
you little stupid ass bitch.
No, they're not. They're not assholes. So that there you go. That's a rare than I've never had to do one before. So, super rare. IRL AITA, and that's what's up there. The other one that we already did was Am I the Asshole for singing a song to my wife at our wedding and making her angry? Am I the asshole for singing a song to my wife at our wedding and making her angry? I just got married last week. My wife and I are both in our 30s. I am Mexican, she is American. But we both grew up in the US and both our families know both languages. My wife planned every bit of the wedding and was very controlling and nervous bride. A very controlling and nervous bride. But all right, I get that she was stressed. During the reception, I went to the band and asked them to play a song for me to sing to my new wife. It was Te Amare by Miguel Bosé. It was the song from our first date in a really bad Mexican restaurant, so it became a long-standing joke between us. The guests really loved the song. My mother-in-law cried and told me it was beautiful, but my bride seemed upset. I asked her what's wrong, and she said I'm an asshole for taking the spotlight to enforce my ethnicity and not just let the band sing our song for us. Am I the asshole?
See, I feel like I get this a lot as a white man who enjoys things that are not quote-unquote white. So, like, where's the line of, like, appropriating culture and people just appreciating other people's things?
Maybe you missed me saying to you that he is Mexican.
If that's not the case, like I don't understand the beef then.
Oh, she thinks she took the spotlight off of her.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misheard you. I thought they were talking about the band.
No, he's saying he went to the band and said, "Hey, play this track for me." He got on the mic and sang the song from their first date, thinking he was doing his wife a solid, and she was mad at him about it because that's not what she wanted of him, and said he was taking the spotlight from her and spotlighting his ethnicity.
Yeah, she's an asshole.
Oh, she's not only an asshole. I would argue she's a racist, and I know you're saying, but she married that Mexican man. But also,
That don't mean nothing.
That don't mean nothing. So a shocking turn of events in that she outright just played my man. And I think I'm a bit taken aback by this, man. Not the asshole. What a weird way to view what happened is the glow-in-the-dark comment we have here. And the next person says, agreed. Her accusation is bizarre. I'm not sure what enforcer ethnicity actually entails. I suppose she's implying that he's swinging around his heritage like some kind of weapon. But they say again, not the asshole. The next person's comment. I have to read these comments so you guys can see. This is how this one goes down this week. This one's a little so like what? The overall undertone is kind of mystifying. I know a lot of women with awe and blush deep pinks being sang to at their wedding. Congratulations, OP, I guess, and good luck. Looks like you're gonna need it. Not the asshole.
What's the statute of limitations on an annulment?
Oh, you can probably go get this taken care of, almost immediately.
Like maybe the ink's not dry yet. Hit with the magic eraser.
Yeah, I know our disappearing man, Gabriel, would tell you I go to this card so often. I got to tell you, I know we have kind of set some precedent here that says women can have their wedding of their dreams and so forth and so on, but it's also your wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And you thinking that you're celebrating your wife and your time together and that you've now, this union that you've just established and being shit on because of it. Nah, bro. I can't. It would just, that means there's other red flags you've just been passing over this entire time, thinking it would work itself out, and then even here at your wedding, you've just been told you're swinging your ethnicity around. You're Mexican. You're swinging your ethnicity around just by existing.
Your big ethnic dick around.
No, not the asshole. I'm sad for you. I am sad that you have involved yourself in a situation like this, and I don't know. I don't know what to even tell you, bruh.
I kind of feel like it'd have been the same kind of situation if he would have learned the dance, like that they that they tried to do like their first night or something like that.
I hope he hired a mariachi band.
Yeah, that just seemed like a huge romantic gesture that just got shitted on.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, it's very upsetting. And no, you're not the asshole, but your wife is.
Very true.
Boop.
I feel like people who say that like it's the woman's day and you got to give her everything she wants and shit are like the same people that think that like men got to fucking pay for everything and relationships aren't like a two-way street and got to be the provider, yada yada yada. Like that's the shit that kills me about the whole like equality thing is like we talk about equality and then there's still people in the world that like it's not like a rights thing, but it's like we talk about equality, but then we still want men to pay for everything, and women got like be the homemakers, and men got to be the providers, and like, but you still got to treat me with respect, like I'm equal. It's like either we're equal or we're not. We're not gonna like say we're equal, and like I'm still fucking paying 100% of the bills, and you just get to do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, it is just upsetting. It's like again, like I said, it's also your wedding, buddy. And if you want to do that at your wedding, yeah, you can do that.
If I'm joining with someone, it's our day. It's not your day. It's not my day. It's our day.
Yeah, that's exactly the case.
And like, I couldn't be with someone who thought otherwise, because that would be like it would make me feel like I'm second fiddle or some shit, and that's not what I would want out of a relationship.
Yeah, exactly. And also I just again I guarantee you, since I guarantee you is a bit hard, it's strong I guess, but I bet you, like I said, it has been many a red flag in this relationship that his love has seen through. You know what I'm saying? And so you feel bad for the guy, man, but there it is. So, and this one, which I'm going to give you right now, am I the asshole for telling my mother-in-law I want to fuck her son? That's the look I wanted. That's the look I wanted, my guy. Throwaway. So my 28 female husband, 31 male, had to spend 2 months in a different state for work. He came back 9 days ago. I'm obviously thrilled he's back, and I've missed him a lot. I was hoping he would be able to spend some time together, just the two of us. However, his mom, 56 female, came over when he was supposed to come home. I was slightly annoyed, but I know she was just excited for her son to be back. However, she never left. Like, I was prepared to deal with her being there for a day or two, but no, 9 days? Because she's been here for 9 days, we haven't had a second of time together. She insists on staying here instead of a hotel. For the record, she lives an hour away. The guest room is right next to ours, and the walls are thin. When the two of us go out, she comes out with us, or makes one of us stay with her because otherwise we would be bad hosts. She follows us around the house constantly. We want to cuddle and watch movies. She's sitting in the armchair. We want to go to a romantic restaurant because go to a romantic restaurant, better make that a table for three. We have even left her in the living room to go chat in our bedroom, and she follows us.
Oh.
Earlier today, I just asked her to leave, even though both of us has been hinting that she needs to go. She kept saying she wasn't ready to go and she wanted more time with her son. And I tried telling her we wanted some time alone, and she kept insisting that she join us. Finally, I snapped and said, since you seem to be oblivious, I will put this bluntly. I want to fuck your son. If you don't want to see or hear here, then you need to leave. I know this isn't the classiest response ever, but I was frustrated. Anyway, she yelled at me, but eventually left. We finally got to have our alone time. But now she's blowing up both our phones. She's saying that I am disgusting and have no respect for her son, or myself. She keeps telling my husband that he shouldn't be with someone who's so crude, and how dare he let me speak to her like that. I'm sure you get the idea. I know what I said was really inappropriate, so am I the asshole? Edit. After reading these comments, I definitely let my husband know he needs to step up. I agree that it should have been him who made her leave. I love him to death and want to be accommodating to his fear of making her angry. She's nasty when she's angry and will turn his whole family against him. However, he needs to set boundaries.
Man, I see women put this kind of shit.
Yeah, Mom, I do want to fuck.
I'm sorry. What was that, Box?
I was gonna say I see women write this kind of thing on the internet all the fucking time. It's usually like the single women or the women who are portraying themselves as single who say something like, "I'm trying to do something nasty with somebody's son."
True. And
so she just carried the same energy into her real life.
I mean, I don't think the person's an asshole. Maybe they could have said
they're a married couple. What does she think goes down?
I guess she, I don't know, but I think she could have said it in a better way. Or, you know what? Well, you say that, hey, go sneak away and go fuck in your car. Not that you have to do that, but, you know.
They should have just fucked and made it as loud as possible with her in the next room.
That is a good option. That is a great option. She would have definitely.
She would have left on her own, yeah.
Because they married. I mean, you know, just fuck. Like, or you could have said something like, "Hey, we're about to go make some grandkids. Why don't you be scarce?"
Well, that's basically what she did. When it all came down to it, she just waited 9 days to goddamn do it.
Well, then she expects grandkids.
And
yeah, I don't respect grandkids when you won't go away.
And also, when she says when the mom comes along and says, basically you shouldn't be with a chick like this and blah blah blah. And basically is in there hating anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because like she knows what was up. There's no way she was unaware. And she's just like, I'm gonna make myself a nuisance basically because I don't want you, nutting up in this, shooting up the club and making grandbabies. So I'm more of the opinion in this situation that this mother-in-law knows what she was doing and basically had to get checked. And yes, this woman's husband needs to be better about setting boundaries. And
they should have driven her ass home.
Yeah, like, all right, Mom. Well, you know what? Good times. Thank you. He's worried that she's gonna be like. I guess he said,
go with her to their house to go visit your dad, and then like be like, all right, Mom, we're gonna hit the dusty trail. See you next time, and then just zoom back home and gets to fucking.
I love my mom, but 9 days, 9 freaking days.
No, that's illogical and irresponsible, and yeah. All of Reddit seems to agree. No glow in the dark comments popping at this point, but no one here is not on this woman's side. So, but a lot of people seem to be recommending that her husband needed to set that boundary much sooner than it happened, and but she ain't wrong, and then that's okay. But I thought that was hilarious when I read that. I figured that was definitely one that I would share with the homies and the listeners, and. I know TikTok gets kind of weird about sex stuff sometimes. I was worried about that one I put up that said sex work out loud. And it did kind of just dry up all of a sudden. It was getting good numbers, and then all of a sudden it just stopped, like just full stop. So I wonder if that's TikTok doing one of those. You always hear about, you're not necessarily a shadow ban, but just not like pushing it as hard as they sometimes do. But it's okay. It's okay. We do this to spread the good word of scam as far and wide as we can.
As long as we don't start doing that stupid shit that I be seeing people doing, where like they're making food and then they take a bite and they're like, "This is so good." Like they give that look of like, "Oh, this is the tastiest fucking shit I've ever had." Like, and they do it on every fucking thing they make. Like, I can't believe that I'm the one who made this fucking food and I'm eating it. It's so good. Like, fuck you. That food ain't that fucking good, and you know it.
That's not really our vibe, so I don't know how we'd pull that off to begin with. So.
That fucking pandering for like the fucking YouTube thumbnail shit where you gotta look surprised, like, oh my god, like I can't believe green's a color.
I'm supposed to be uploading these TikToks to our YouTube page, so they're available to people who may not have a TikTok, and I have not done that. But I'm off tomorrow, so I will simply wake up and get to it. And try to get those uploaded for you, the people. Where is my notes?
What do you mean farts come out of the butthole?
As for the realm of entertainment, as we share with you what we've watched and played and read and so forth and so on, I was listening to a podcast and they mentioned Danny Boyle's movie Sunrise, a movie I'd never seen, didn't know Danny Boyle had made. And I was like, where the fuck can I watch this shit at? Well, as it turns out, I could watch it in Australia on Disney Plus. And so, through the magic of VPN, I signed into my Disney Plus account in Sydney, Australia, where I got a notification that said, looks like you're traveling. The ratings are different in this country. I'm like, thanks, Disney, I know. And watched this movie, Sunrise. Danny Boyle, who did Trainspotting and
Trainspotting
yes, but many a movie. I'm saying a real fucking great director did this movie.
24 days later.
Yeah. So, but this movie's just full of fucking people that you know. Captain America, Chris Evans is in it. Benedict Wong, who plays Wong in the Doctor Strange, is in it. Michelle Yeoh, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Rose Byrne. Who else is in it? Just Cillian Murphy. You know what I'm saying? The Scarecrow from the Dark Knight movie and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody that you know is in this movie. This movie is like packed full of stars, but it's from like 2006. or whatever. So it's like just before they're about to blow up, and so it's really well acted. I guess as a part of the process of doing this movie, they all like stayed together, lived together as if they would have on a spaceship. Point of this movie is in the future, the sun has basically started to blink out, and they are trying to send a massive bomb that they hope would spark the sun back up. They had sent one ship, the Icarus, and it never made it, and then they didn't know why. So this is the crew of the Icarus 2, who was on its way to try to reignite the sun and save the people of Earth. And it's an interesting premise to me because I like sci-fi, but a really good movie. And like I said, of course, a Danny Boyle joint. So you know what's up with that. I really enjoyed it. So if you have the opportunity or the ability to watch it and can find it, you can probably rent it somewhere. It's like probably $3.99 all across, the basic services. But I could watch it for free by using the VPN that I pay for every month, and so I did. And so it was real fun and real good movie to a real good movie. I really enjoyed it. I also watched the Obi-Wan Kenobi finale, which was phenomenal. So good. It's such a good rap. They have gone from saying that was just going to be a single series now to start that we might get another season of it. And in fact, Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor have both said they would love to come back and do some more. So I fuck with that all the way up. Miss Marvel is still great. I'm very much enjoying it, and I love the mystery they're setting forth. And they really have set it up real good. Unlike it seems to have better pacing than some of the other Marvel shows have had thus far. So they've kind of already now in their first 3 episodes set you up with the main story and your main villain. So now we know where we're kind of going for the other 3 episodes of this little six episode arc. Still playing Fortnite, but also still playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. And I would tell you to get down with that. Shredder's Revenge. It's a very, very, very good game. Plus, you can play 6 players on that bitch. It's on everything. It's on Switch. It's on PlayStation. It's on Xbox. You can get it. It's on PC. You can get it. You can enjoy it. I would tell you to get down with that. That is what I have been up to. What about y'all?
Who are the other 2 characters?
I'm sorry, what? Who are the other 2 characters you have?
Who are the other 2 characters?
You can play as April O'Neil. You can play as Master Shredder, and you can unlock Casey Jones.
With the 39th pick, the Cavs have selected Senegalese center Khalifa Diop.
That 7-foot dude. I guess
I've never fucking heard of him.
oh yeah. I had
That's our second job though.
I am nearly certain that's big 7-foot motherfucker.
I want to see related to Issa Rae.
I just assume every tall center that we draft, like from Africa, just looks like Bol Bol.
Bol Bol. What a fun name. What was you about to say, Gabriel?
Okay, well, you know me being on the cutting edge of video games, I finally beat Spider-Man.
Excellent. Did you play it on extra hard or you just beat it on regular?
Regular. No, I think it's amazing level.
Okay.
So I didn't beat it on the hardest. And like you said, T, it was sad. It did make me cry.
Christ, right? What kind of video? How well is the game made that it can just pull that out of you? It's crazy. It's such a good story. You know what I'm saying?
No, it was.
Yeah. Did you collect did you get all the backpacks?
So that's. Yeah, I got all the backpacks.
Dope.
I got it at 97% completion, so there's still some crimes I got to complete around the neighborhood and all that. But they're
all on the map, so they're
almost got it completed.
They make it real easy to do that because they put everything on the map. So all you have to do is you just basically track the ones that are there, and just go through them, go through the area bit by bit, and just knock them out, and you'll be done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool. Dope. I'm glad you actually played the game. Did you watch anything?
I watched the Mandalorian. I'm just behind on everything. Everyone's done a year ago. I fell asleep during my first watch through of the Mandalorian, so I decided to rewatch the ending, and it was good.
Cool. Excellent. Like I said, Doctor Strange went up today, so you can watch that.
I wish that I'll get to it in a year or two.
Oh, shit. Yeah, 7'0", 250 pounds
I
box.
had two more.
Ant-Man, what about you?
Yeah, I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima, and watching Barry on HBO.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's just pretty much the same stuff. Like I started watching like a show on Discovery Plus where they rebuild houses in Detroit. But other than that, that's it.
Just a mellow vibe. Very good. Daniel, have you seen anything or played anything?
Not in the last 4 days. I haven't watched the finale of Kenobi yet. I haven't watched Miss Marvel yet. I realized last night that the new season of Umbrella Academy is on Netflix, so I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any movies. It's been a busy couple days. I watched wrestling on Wednesday. That's about like that, and I've been following sports and watching people play Call of Duty on Twitch while I'm working, but
Yeah.
that's about it.
Very good. It's cool. Like I said, we just did this Sunday, so it's like.
What do you think of this Vince McMahon trouble?
It's interesting because it could end up being his leading to his removal from WWE if they determine that he used company funds to pay this woman off, because supposedly he got her a job, but then like gave her like a giant raise and shit. So they're trying to determine if he used the company money to like pay this woman for silence and sex. Which, if that's the case, because it's a publicly traded company, he would be out of WWE.
Well, we shall see where that all heads.
Wow. It's serious then.
Oh no, what if I just clicked on? Sorry, clicked on something on my phone. But
If you had to guess who the girl was, though.
I mean, it was a paralegal. It wasn't like a wrestler, so it could be anybody. I don't fucking know their paralegal team.
The wrestling paralegal?
Okay. That's a good gimmick.
Oh, shit.
There was a rumor like 14 years ago that he was trying to do an incest storyline with his daughter
when they all had side jobs
and him.
in addition
So
to wrestling.
maybe that's it. Maybe he finally put that one through.
All right. Your current show titles now are the Tom Brady of basketball, the Arsenal title, Aryan Elephants. I don't know if those will stay where they are now or will they flip, but that is what you have currently. You know what it is. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show wherever possible. Maxi, meaning I need you to review us on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Spotify is as easy as just clicking a button and saying 5 stars. That's all I want out of these. Go ahead and do that for me. Please and thank you. Subscribe to our YouTube channel where we didn't go live tonight, but I'm glad we didn't because it has been it's been a fuzzy night internet-wise around these streets. See what happens right there? You didn't see what happened just happened right now, but the internet just proved me right. So thank you, internet. I'll be knowing. YouTube, Twitch channels, Twitter, you know what it is, man. Instagram, TikTok, like I said, that is something we are working on a push toward. I got another one ready to go right now. I just I'll post it I try to let the one I put out cook for a little bit because people do seem to find it and they come along and they'll find it after a few days and they'll comment on it and so forth. And then all of a sudden it'll start a new deluge of comments and likes and so forth. So I try to be patient with TikTok because its algorithm is real specific, but also one you have to kind of work within the requirements thereof. So we out here. But if you want to support the show financially and got a few bucks to toss away, join us over on Patreon. Members at the $5 and above tier. Well, in the midst of all this, my computer literally just was like, nope. Just nope, right the fuck out, which I've not had happen in the midst of a recording ever. So, first time for everything. Told the internet was being a bitch tonight, but now the whole computer world was being a bitch tonight. But in the midst of my commentary,
I'll show you, bitch.
Was if you want to support the show financially, apparently that might mean buying a new computer. Jesus Christ, and have a few bucks to toss our way. Please join us over on Patreon. Members at the $5 and above tier get extra content each month and early access to new shows. You got merch available over at tpublic.com/user/stage Crunchy Milk, all one word. And feel free to give us a call at 264-6311. That's 216-264-6311. We certainly love to hear from you.
It's not my car. I can't do anything about it. I don't know how to put on mute on this fucking phone. It's just, I'm sorry, guys.
Go.
Oh my god. Shut your fucking car off, man. Thank you.
This show sucked. And I'm sorry. I am sorry that episode 451 will go down as the episode that was an absolute trash fire. And that's just what it will be. And I apologize to you, the listener. Come back for 452. I promise you it'll be better. That's my word. Until then, that is Tatum 216.
Good night.
Slushbox 2099.
I'm sleepy.
That's the real ODP.
Some elephants think they're better than others.
I am the Internet Saver 713. You have just been podcast to. Sorry.